All right, let's do one more set of examples for this, so we feel really comfortable with solving these. Um, I apologize about some of the noise on the video. You may or may not be able to hear my computer whirring and making a bunch of racket because I'm making it work pretty hard apparently. But we're not going to let that stop us. All right, so 3A, this problem right here, what we're going to do is we are going to come up with both of our cases again, right? Both of our examples. So our case 1 is going to be where it's the positive case. So we're just going to write it out the without the absolute value signs. And we're going to solve for it. All right, so we're going to subtract 1. This is a slightly harder problem than some of the other ones we've done, but not really. All right, okay, it's greater than 3. Okay, and then case 2 is going to be our negative case. Now I want to point something out. All along we've been doing this whole thing, right, where we do that. Now another way to think about this that you can do that might save you a little bit of time is if right out of the gate you say, okay, well, instead of making that negative, I'm going to make the other side negative. Okay, so I'm going to make this negative 7 over here. But remember, in order to make this negative 7, you would have to multiply this side by negative 1. And in doing that, it flips the sign. So one of the little ninja tricks you can do is you can make it set up so that instead of being greater than 7, it's less than negative 7, right? And then solve that, because that's the opposite case again, and that's what we're after. And then that way you don't have to do any of that distribution with the, where you're doing this deal, right, where you got to distribute the sign. And honestly, if you look at this, if we multiply this by negative 1 first, it would get us to this. So this is another way of starting this problem, but it saves us a little bit of work once we conceptually understand why we do this. Okay, so we'll leave it like that, and away we go. So we have 2k is less than negative 8. Divide by 2, and see, this is nice. We don't have to flip the sign around. Right, so k, negative 4. All right, so you got k is greater than 3. You got k is less than negative 4. Okay, so if k is greater than 3, we'll say this is 3 right here. We're going to circle it, and then it goes off in this direction. And if k is less than negative 4, so you go 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and then here's our negative 4. And you're going to circle that one and leave it open as well. And then, so any of your solutions for this can be any of these numbers that either lie in this set right here or this set right here. So it's basically anything except the numbers between negative 4 and 3. Okay? And so that would be our solutions. All right. Okay, let's try this one. I kind of like this one because I think it's good to have some problems that look a little different from everything else we've been doing. All right, so 5 minus x is greater than or equal to negative 3. We're going to subtract 5, start out subtracting. You got negative x is greater than or equal to negative 2. And then we got to do that negative 1 thing, right? Make this positive. Flip that sign around. Negative 2 times negative 1 equals positive 2. So x is less than negative 2. And then for my other case, we're going to try that trick we just learned, where we're going to go 5 minus x, write it the same way, turn the sign around, and then make it negative. All right, so again, start out by subtracting 5. You get negative x, less than or equal to negative 8 this time. And then if we multiply both by negative 1, and I can't really fit that in there. It doesn't want to go in there, but we're going to try it anyway. So x less than, or actually, sorry, my bad, we got to turn it, greater than or equal to 8. All right? So x is less than or equal to 2. X is greater than or equal to 8. All right? So if this were 2 right here, less than or equal to is going to have a filled in dot, and then my line going over here, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's fill that thing in. Let's go this way. And so any of these should work in this solution. So let's just try a couple. Let's do 10, because I know that's part of here, and let's see if we did this right. We got 5 minus 10 greater than or equal to 3. Well, 5 minus 10 is negative 5. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5, and 5 is greater than 3. So that's cool. Let's try one over here. So let's try 0. So if we do 5 minus 0, absolute value of that should be greater than 3. Well, it's the absolute value of 5 is greater than 3, which is true because it's 5. And then 5 is greater than 3. So there's our solution sets. Works out. This is how you graph it. And hopefully you're having a pretty firm grasp on this now, and this is making some sense for you.